Sometimes you come across parts of history that sound absolutely outrageous, but turn out to be completely true. And that's exactly what happened when Dr. Death introduced us to Project Stargate. It threw us down a deep rabbit hole into areas of the human psyche that we thought were only meant to be in the realm of science fiction novels. Project Stargate was a top secret program conducted by the United States government, and their sole focus was to investigate the potential use case of psychic abilities in humans. Two areas of this that they were directly interested in was ESP, extrasensory perception, and remote viewing. The Stargate section of the public reading rooms boasts approximately 930,000 documents, that's 12 million pages, and they're now available on the CIA's electronic reading rooms on its website. So let's dive into what we found. Project Stargate was started by the CIA back in the early 1970s, and it actually ran for over 20 years until it was shut down in 1995. And it was started due to this response that the USA essentially gathered intelligence that the Soviet Union and other nations had begun deep research into the unknown capacities of the human mind. The US government, as a reaction to this, sought to determine if these claims had any merit, and if so, could it be harnessed? And this began what is often referred to as the psychic arms race. The CIA began a huge range of studies into the human ability to go into the state of remote viewing, which is this psychic ability that allows a person to see or gather information about something that is out of their range of sight. They're able to use their minds to perceive details about something somewhere else, without even being physically present in that location. And people do this through ESP, this extrasensory perception. So the CIA thought that this was crucial as a human ability and that it should be capitalised upon for intelligence gathering, target information, military locations and foreign activity. They basically wanted to weaponise psychic powers. It really sounds like something straight out of the X-Files, but it's totally true. One of the really interesting topics they cover in detail is something they label as psychoenergetics, which is this mental process which includes the concept that a person can change characteristics of something without even being there. Really, this is some deep form of telekinesis that they were looking into. Some of the reports indicate that areas of interest that the CIA were employing remote viewers to travel to gather information from, and some of them were actually really famous landmarks like Stonehenge in England, as well as Easter Island. The classified information surrounding the entire project was actually kept secret for decades until 1995 when it became officially declassified. So for around 25 years, there were these top secret psychic ability experiments being conducted by the Central Intelligence Agency, and the public were not allowed to know about it. Really, it makes you wonder what is happening right now today, and how much of the universe that we're not allowed to know about, or how much is still classified and not allowed to enter into the public sphere. And there's a really interesting document within the CIA declassified reports, and it's called Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process. And in this it explores transcendental meditation techniques and altered states of consciousness that enable the human mind to explore these extrasensory experiences. These CIA documents contain statements and studies and conclusions that a lot of people even today would find really unconventional. There are some incredible ideologies and studies in here that totally question the current understanding of the fabric of the universe and our relation to it as conscious living humans. And there are phrases within there that really spark a huge amount of attention, where the CIA are talking about things like space-time constructs and the energy matrix of existence, or the matrix of the consciousness, the state of matter, energy, and the formation of the human brain. Truly, we are living in right now a remarkable stage of human evolution, and we're discovering new laws that exist all around us, just like we discovered mathematics. Another intriguing account I encountered involved an experimental psychic exploration of the planet Jupiter, featuring the participation of two individuals, one Harold Sherman and the other Ingo Swann. These two individuals were separately documented in distinct locations, and they underwent the experiment simultaneously. Subsequently, the recordings of both men were scrutinised, and they were trying to identify potential similarities in these separate psychic perceptions of the distant planet Jupiter. And this investigation coincided with the proximity of the Jupiter-bound NASA space module, known as Pioneer 10, which was doing a flyby of Jupiter. What was really interesting is these two separate psychic experiences had a huge amount of similarities that was conducted and documented in these CIA reports. Truly, this is one of the most remarkable things of modern history, and I suggest that everyone has to take a look at it. Start off with the 29-page document analysis and assessment gateway process that we mentioned earlier in the CIA reading room. I really can assure you it is going to open your eyes to a whole new world. I hope you've enjoyed our weekly rant, and if this is the sort of content you're interested in, join hundreds of spiritual warriors just like yourself in Dr. Def's The Order of the Redeemed NFT community. Our mint is currently live. We are the Web3 mystery school of philosophy, led by the 32,000-year-old shamanic spirit, Dr. Def.